Thanks for staying with us. Now, let's get into that story. Private legal practitioner Anyenini is confident the Supreme Court can adjudicate any petition brought before it by the NDC in the stipulated 42-day period. Ahead of election 2020, the Judicial Service released a set of rules which stated that any case brought against the presidential election result will be dealt with in that period of time. Though the opposition NDC criticized the decision because of the merit of the case must be considered before the time for determining it is given, Mr. Anyenini believes enough procedural delays have been removed to allow for the swiftest possible determination of the case. He spoke on Prime Morning on Joy Prime TV.
I am thinking that the 42 days is just perfect. Now, remember that they have not just provided for 42 days. They have also done away with certain things which will limit the lawyers and the party from, the typical litigious attitude that drags a case. So after you file your case, initially, you were allowed to amend and to alter your case from time to time until judgment had been rendered. But with the new rules, once you file the case, you are not allowed by law to amend or to alter your case in a way that changes the reliefs that you have come to seek in the courts. Yes, and then only the presidential candidate of the aggrieved party is allowed to be the party who is going to sue. No other, the party itself is not allowed to join. Like in the 2013, you saw NDC join the suit. It's not allowed anymore. Again, the defendants to the case will remain only the Electoral Commission and the president whose election you are challenging. So the thing is narrowed, and this all will allow for the speed that the new rules provide for.
Right.
The reason the NDC is so concerned and is fighting in the way it is doing and is not listening to all the calls to get off the streets and to resort to the court, because that is the only place where any results can be changed, is that the NDC's prayer is that the very first day they enter parliament, they should be at least 138. That's been their struggle. So they need only one extra seat, and they would have formed the majority party going into parliament on the 7th. What that would mean for them is that they would have the opportunity to determine who becomes a speaker. Speaker is elected by simple majority. The only difficulty is that supposing they don't get this done and the speaker is elected now through some other party's machine. To remove the speaker, you need 3/4 of all members sitting. That will mean 70% of all the members of parliament. So even if they went to court and won Techiman South or any other place, that is assuming that the NPP went to court and didn't win any of the seats. It is also right. Contesting. It would simply mean that the NDC cannot on its own remove the speaker, even if it forms a majority at a later time. That is their biggest concern, and the reason they insist that at least Techiman South should be resolved now before January 7. And that is also the reason they are putting up such a spirited fight through their candidate in the Hohoi place And remember, not only the speaker, but they will determine, whoever has a majority will determine majority leader. They will determine
the chairpersons
of all the committees in